welcome back to the channel. It's Lauren. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're doing well. Today I thought we could just chat about some makeup. We're going to be doing the makeup declutter tag. I saw this on Angelica's channel and it was originally created by Ava Marie, so I'm going to leave her channel down below. I went over there, subscribed, watched her video, and I thought it'd be really fun to do. I mean, I am no stranger to declutters here on my channel. I know you guys know that. Like, I have my fair share of declutter videos out there, you know what I mean? So I thought it would be fun. I also have been thinking about decluttering a little bit differently in more recent times. I don't know. I'm just like literally 30. Turning 30 was just like a big moment for me, and I feel like I've just changed a lot just in this year, like just so much, you know? And with that, decluttering's been involved in kind of a change in how I'm thinking about makeup and my collection and all of that jazz. So anyway, we're gonna get into it. Let's just get into the questions. You technically are supposed to be kind of like doing the tag and actually decluttering the items you're talking about, but I can't promise that. I'm sorry. So, but anyway, let's just get into it. Starting with the first question. Number one is a makeup item that's impractical, and I'm actually gonna go with Ava and like go off of what she was on, okay? Because loose highlighter is impractical. Now, I feel like for loose powders, like powders for the face, those, although they can be messy and, you know, kind of annoying to use sometimes, you know, because of their loose nature, I do feel like there can be a benefit to the product being loose, like the way it goes on your skin, the way it makes your skin look, how it applies in a brush, all that stuff. Like, there's benefits to it. But I feel like with loose highlighter, I just haven't seen those, like the benefits of like why a loose highlighter? Like, why a loose highlighter? Why do we need to have this loose shimmery thing? And I would say I'm like a connoisseur of highlighter. Specifically, I like love highlighter. I want to try them all. I love shimmery, sparkly powders. I want to try all the different colors. I want to try all the different textures. Like, I'm just down with a highlighter. And yet, wrapping my head around the loose ones has still been difficult. So the only one that I have, this one's from Wet n Wild. This is a throwback, mega throwback. This is from the Goth. I'm gonna look it up. I can't remember the name of it, but I want to know. Gothographic. Oh my gosh, I was so excited for this collection when it came out. Anyway, this is the Moon Tears highlighter, and I love the little skull in there. My emo heart, it loves it. You know, I'm a Hawthorne Heights girl through and through, okay? That was my band of choice. And inside, this is such a beautiful colored highlighter. It is so sparkly, like super shiny, kind of like in your face. This is just this on my hand. Look at that. Look how opaque it is. It shines, it really does, but the reason it's hard is because the base on this I find to be quite opaque. Like, this is classic 2016 highlight to the gods, like, you know what I mean? Like, this is intense to say the least, okay? And I find specifically with the loose formula, like, how do we apply it? Like, it's stressful, okay? It is stressful thinking about how to get the tiniest whiff of your brush in here, not to get too much on so that you don't end up with like a streak of highlighter. I feel like there is a way that this could be like beautiful if it was just diluted down maybe, but it is so tough to do that with a loose powder like this because it just has a mind of its own. It's gonna do whatever the fuck it wants, like regardless, you know? Like, it's gonna go everywhere. Maybe you'll spill some. Like, it's impractical. I agree. I just agree. But look how cute. Okay, can I show you without dumping it? This impractical product everywhere. This one, the attention to detail on here, look, it's a skull. Like, that's so fucking cute. I cannot. So anyway, I agree, impractical. Now, do I want to declutter this? It's hard. This is just so nostalgic, and I think something that I've been thinking a lot about when it comes to decluttering, I really want good, solid-ass reasons to declutter stuff. Like, I want to be like, that product sucks, or that product embarrassed me in front of my friends and family, got on my teeth. Like, I want products that there's no lukewarm, there's no maybes, there's none of that. I definitely really don't want to declutter stuff anymore just based off of like having a lot. Like, that's just the nature of like what I do here. Like, also I like having a lot of stuff, so I really want to know a product. I want to know why I don't like it. Anyway, in this one, although I do know some of the reasons I don't like it, I still have some nostalgia. I still have something to it. So yeah, that's Moon Tears. That's my impractical item. It's probably mad at me because it just sits back there in my drawer. All right, next, let's talk about mascaras. Number 2 is a mascara that's definitely expired. Now, I've been doing a lot better at this, actually. I'm usually and have been known to be the girl who just keeps that mascara. Like, it can be dry to the bone, but I've at that point gotten so used to the state it's in that I think it's normal, you know, like that type of stuff. That's usually me. But I've been trying to be good because who wants like bacterial infections around their eyes? Like I just can't be bothered. Like I don't have the time for that. Like I'm not trying to do that, you know? So I'm trying to be better, but I do have 2 mascaras currently in my collection that I know it's like time to say goodbye, but that like finality of like chucking the mascara is just hard. It's just tough for me. Why? I don't know. Probably goes back to childhood. Okay. Like it's probably rooted somewhere. This is the Item Beauty Lash Snack Lengthening Mascara, and I got to try this out through BoxyCharm. This is actually really good. Like I would never have probably bought this, honestly. It's Addison Rae's brand. I think you can get it at Sephora, and you know, I just probably wouldn't have like looked out for this item, but the one in it, it's a plastic bristle brush, which normally I wouldn't be down with, but something about this one, it's so tiny and like really just feels like it can get in there. It's like your little secret agent. And then the way that the bristles are too, it really like grips on. Like I feel like when I'm doing it, like I can feel these bristles gripping onto every last lash. I'm like, whoa, it really like lengthens, separates. Like my lashes look really good when I use this. I did feel like it dried out kind of fast though. And you know, I'm having an issue with my eyes. Like sometimes they get really dry and sting from stuff. And I can't tell if it's the thing or just my eyes, because sometimes my eyes just do that by themselves now. It's a whole issue. And I felt like I was kind of coming to the conclusion that this was making my eyes sensitive, but then at the same time, it was like drying out. And I just feel like I was never using it consistently enough. Like I could never for sure pin it down that it was this. So kind of love-hate, but yeah, I kind of loved it too. Like surprised. And I'm really glad I got to try it out because again, I just don't think that I would have picked it up on my own, you know? Kind of the same with this one. This one's from Tarte. It's the Maneater. The wand honestly kind of frightened me. It's another plastic bristle. It's kind of large, like it's really long, kind of thick, but the bristles are really short. But again, this one really like coats your lashes kind of thick, but not clumpy and not like in a bad way. It just does the job pretty fast and is really dramatic on your lashes. So both of these pretty good. I gotta toss them though. It's like they were good enough for me that I think that's part of why I'm like, I guess say goodbye. I don't know. Mascaras are one of those things I wish we could find a way to like make them last longer. All right, enough about mascaras. Okay, next, number 3, a red lipstick you never wear. Now, I actually don't have that many like lipsticks. Like I have a pretty curated collection when it comes to them. But when I was searching through, I decided to go with this one from Nars. I love this lip pencil formula from Nars. These are the Velvet Matte lip pencils. I love a pencil lip product. I really do. Something about it, way more than a bullet. Maybe it's my smaller lips. I don't know what it is, but I picked this up because I used to have this color. If you've been here a while, I used to have this shade called Iberico. It was in the same formula. It was like a limited edition thing from like probably honestly 2014, 2013, like it was a long time ago. And I finally like forced myself to get rid of that one just because time. Like another one where it's just like, are we trying to put the bacteria inside? No, we do not want gut issues. Trust me, I'm already dealing with too many, okay? So anyway, I found this on a great deal from BoxyCharm. You know, BoxyCharm sales get me every time. This is the shade Dragon Girl, and I thought maybe this would be like a decent replacement. Now, this is a beautiful red, but it's a little bit more of a pink toned, kind of blue toned red. I know it looks really vibrant here, very classic, but the one that I'm talking about, and really the red I love, is an orangey red. I love that fiery, orangey, warm red. It makes my eyes pop. Like that's my preferred thing if I'm gonna go with a bright color. And so this one just hasn't gotten the love. The one that I do love, I thought I would just share with you because I also wore it recently and like it just re-inspired me and re-showed me like, yeah, that's the one I like. This is from Dose of Colors, and the Dose of Colors liquid lipstick formula is just so good. And I know liquid lipsticks are not in fashion. I never was super into liquid lipsticks when they were really big, but the Dose of Colors ones, they're still good even now. Like they're so good if you want a long wearing matte lip. This color is called Coral Crush, and that's it there. So you can see the difference, like how fiery, how red, and like, oh, so good it is. I love that this just stays on. I wore it in a couple videos back if you guys saw that. It looks so good. And the matte liquid lipsticks, I also like them. One, they're long term, they're not gonna get around. I don't wanna like fuss around, but also I just find it easy to like I don't want to say overline, but really get a nice lip shape. Like, it takes some time and some finessing and all that, but once it's on there, it's good, you know, because it really sticks in place. But this thing lasted me like all day. I went to a party, I got compliments, like this thing hung on for dear life and looked great. So I actually do have a code with Dose of Colors, just thought I'd mention. They gave me a code like holiday last year and they just keep renewing it. So just thought I would mention, if you're looking for any of the liquid lipsticks, you can save 20% off with my code if you're interested. Obviously no pressure, but yeah, this is definitely my love. And but that doesn't mean I want to get rid of this either. Like, another thing, going back to the decluttering, it's like, it makes me just want to wear this. Like, I don't know this enough, you know, like I want to find a way to wear it. And that's another thing, like something that I've really been thinking about a lot when it comes to decluttering. And one of the reasons I feel like I do it is because I feel overwhelmed. Maybe I have like a ton of this and I haven't tried it and I just feel overwhelmed. And instead of like immediately being like, I want to get rid of it so that I don't feel that way, now I'm trying to be like, okay, well, I'm gonna go try that right now. I'm gonna go put it on. I'm gonna go play with my makeup. I'm gonna put that in my bathroom and try it tomorrow. Like, really getting to know it. And then if I still don't like it once I do that, then that's like a different reason for decluttering. But I feel like just using my makeup sometimes gets rid of that, like, I guess, anxious feeling, the same way that maybe decluttering is also getting rid of that anxious feeling. Anyway, next, number 4, a high-end item not worth the money. Okay, hear me out. Let me grab it. Now, this little eyeshadow guy from Chantecaille. I bought this myself, and I'm not sitting here saying this isn't worth the money, as in I hate this. I'm wearing it today. Also, I'm wearing like the most disco fun eyeshadow look. I just went with sparkles. I don't know. It just turned into this, honestly. It's kind of messy and grungy, but I love it. I like love it. Anyway, it's in the outer corner, kind of just like adding some depth. Anyway, I bought this myself, and this is a like I think it's $56 or something for this little pan, this little tiny pan of eyeshadow. $56. It feels impossible for a singular eyeshadow to be worth that much money. Like, unless it's gold, like it just, you know, like when we're talking about what's worth, I mean, it's just not, like, it's not worth the money. I feel like that idea of like something being worth the money is like, it's higher than you expect it to be or higher than you're comfortable with paying, but the product is so good that it then becomes worth it. Like, it doesn't matter that it's that much. And I just feel like this could never be that. Like, no matter how good the eyeshadow is, like, no eyeshadow could be worth $56 like that. It's just a luxury eyeshadow. Like, it's a good eyeshadow and I really like it. And I'm not even saying I wouldn't buy another one of these at some point. Like, seriously, I do like it, but to be like worth the money, it's just like... What does that even mean? What does that even mean? Like, it's just an inexpensive ass eyeshadow, okay? That's it. Is it good? Yeah. Is it worth the money? How could it be? How could it be? You know what I mean? I don't know. I know that's like not exactly what most people would put in, or I don't know, maybe I could have picked something else. And like I said, I might even pick up another one of these at some point. I'm just saying, like, this just becomes a price point where it's rich people makeup. Does that make sense? Like, it's makeup for people who have a lot of money, and maybe for them, like, spending $56 on a single eyeshadow is the same as if someone else were spending like $20 or $16 on a single eyeshadow, you know? Like, that's just kind of their price, you know what I mean? So anyway, that's what I'm putting in here, okay? And I will not be decluttering that. No, I will not. All right, next we have a drugstore dud. Yikes. These I have not had long, but I'm already putting them in there. I want to give some more testing, but I'm not gonna lie, like, from the moment these entered my hands, I've been like, I hate you. I don't like you. Okay, these are from e.l.f. These are the Hydrating Camo Concealers. I got 2 different shades because I didn't know which one I'd be. And like, they're the same freaking color. I'll do a little swatch, but they're both orangey peachy shades. Like, I really just don't like the tones on these at all. I don't like that. The packaging's actually pretty nice. Like, it feels solid, you know, doesn't feel like cheap, like it's gonna break. So it makes me sad. I love the idea of something hydrating. And I really feel like, honestly, I got a little cocky with liking the NYX Bear With Me concealer. Like, I really like that one. So I was like, what's the drugstore? I'm like excited. Yeah. No. I tried these today for technically the first time. It was not a fun experience, and that's why I'm like, I don't even know if I want to do it again. And like I said, I want to know my products. I like to give things a second chance, but there are some things, like, sometimes you do just know. Like, sometimes it's okay to just call it, you know? Putting this on today, I didn't feel like I used too much. you know, like I just dotted some on and then I tapped out with my finger because sometimes that's just the easiest for me, and I figured I'd give it the best try, use my normal base products, and there was like no coverage. It also felt like almost greasy or like oily, and so the pigment, I had to like multiple times like wipe the extra product off on my hand and then go back in and keep going, and I didn't feel like anything was happening. I was pulling up things underneath it, like all my foundation, the little bit that was here, pulling that up. It wouldn't like dry down. It was just sitting on top. Like it was just weird. It was just odd texture, odd consistency. I almost feel like this would work better if I was just trying to like get an even coverage all over my face than just a targeted application. Honestly, a little bizarre and just didn't feel good. Like, I don't know, sometimes you just know, like the feeling of something is just like, a no, yeah, those not good. Drugstore dud for sure to me. I really don't know if I'm gonna give him another chance. It's like, I don't wanna have ruined makeup again. I really don't. Like, it's not worth it. Okay, next, number 6, an eyeshadow palette you forgot you had. Okay, this one is the one I always forget I have. The Ace Beaute Falling For You palette. I think I did a video last year being like, I never used this, and then here we are. I used it today because I made myself, it was like the base of my look. I was just gonna use this, and the matte squash, I love that color. I love that color. I thought Autumn looked so good. I kind of laid that down as a base. And then Cherry Pie was the color. I was so excited. I was just gonna do this pink look, but it really didn't have the texture I thought it was going to have. And so like the idea I had in my mind for my look, just, I had to pull out some more texture. So I was pulling here, there, everywhere. Shine by SD is really what came through. I dug into this palette and pulled some of the singles. I have some of like this shade on my lid, kind of in the front here. I honestly was just like finger painting onto my eyes. But for this Ace Beaute, it's like inside I like the color story quite a bit. I don't know. I didn't pick this out. This came to me in a BoxyCharm, and that's one of the things with subscription boxes. Sometimes the makeup you get, it's not what you would pick, and it's great, and you get to try something, and it's fun, like the Item Beauty mascara. And with this one, like, I still feel like it's pretty, the quality is good, all that. It's just, I just don't reach for it. I forget that it's like in there. And then when I open it, I'm like, well, that's a pretty color story. Like, it's such a beautiful like fall, autumn color story. Like, it really is. I love the vibe. So then I always just keep it, but then it never gets out. So this one I like almost always forget I have, like always. But used it today. Unfortunately, the look didn't quite turn out. So I need to give it a few more tries. Maybe it's one at some point. That's the thing that's so hard with eyeshadow palettes. Like, I love eyeshadow, and I feel like my tastes have changed so much from initially loving neutrals, then getting into colors and textures and shimmers, and I still love textures and shimmers, and I still love color even. I just do it a little bit less often and a little bit differently, I think, now. And so there's so much that can work for me, and it's more about like, is a color story inspiring? Are the shadows good quality? And if it's a yes to all those things, it's like hard for me right now to just get rid of it, just to do it, just to have less. It's a tough one for me, and I feel like this always just falls into that category. All right, next, let's talk about a foundation that's not your shade match. I have a few foundations, honestly, that could go in here, and I don't even have that many foundations, but this is just like a classic, like, don't buy your foundation online. I say that, and I probably still will do that again, but you just run a lot of risks for disappointment. So this is from MAC. This is the Studio Radiance Face and Body. I wish I just picked up the regular Face and Body. I don't know why I picked up the Radiance. It's like, girl, come on. But this is the shade, it's liquidy. It's liquidy. This is the shade N1, and it's kind of like a similar color, honestly, to those e.l.f. concealers. It's just like too dark and too orange, and I really want to give Face and Body like a fair shot, and I just feel like this doesn't do it because look, it's just so orange. Like, I will just look like I got a horrible spray tan. Like, ooh, no. But I love the idea of Face and Body, like the fantasy of a lightweight, waterproof, like second skin finish foundation sounds amazing. Like, I really do like that, but I definitely would need the right color. This one's just too dark. I've been trying to add it into other foundations and kind of mix it, but I just feel like it doesn't play super well with other formulas. Like, it's just a very unique formula, Face and Body, and the thinness, the properties it has just, I don't feel like mix well. So yeah, this one, unfortunate. I feel like maybe my mom would like it though, but I don't know if it's too light for her. I need to just get the right shade in the regular face and body. Moving on to the next question, number 8, a product that wasn't worth the hype. Yeah, I'm gonna say it. Cloud powder, really, is it worth the hype, guys? Like, come on. I just feel like Kosas gets talked up, and like, I get it. I like the concealer. I wanna like a lot more stuff, and then when I really like sit down, I'm like, do I fucking like it though? Like, the foundation, kind of like it, kind of don't. I kind of actually don't like it though. And like the bronzer, I kind of like it. I love the idea of a baked bronzer that's like domed and like sparkly, like, well, it has shimmer to it. But also the coloring is kind of red, and also it smells like absolute shit now. Like, it smells rancid. I needed to get rid of it, but it's hard because I feel like I haven't had it that long, but it's more natural. So okay, anyway, everyone loves this Cloud Dream powder, and I don't know if it's like, maybe I just haven't tried enough powders because I'm barely getting back into the powder game. Okay, like, I'm like, okay, fine, maybe we can get a little longevity and like maybe not be so oily and so textured in the pores area on my face. Okay, I'm like, all right, I'll play game. I'll put a little powder down there. And so yeah, it looks fine, like it looks nice. And maybe I just haven't tried enough powders to really realize how amazing this is, but like, look at it. What the hell? Why are we raving about a powder that this is what happened? Like, this is what happens like to everyone. This isn't just a me thing. This is like an everyone thing. Like, this is an issue. This is not normal. This is not what we're paying. Let's look up the price. How much is this? $34. $34. Like, no. There's something wrong with a product that does this. I don't think I should have to scratch shit off of it to make it work. Like, this isn't that e.l.f. highlighter, okay? But it is kind of like the e.l.f. highlighter, but it's $34 actually. And for a face product like this, you're using it way more often. Like, I'm not saying it's not good. I'm gonna use it. And like, maybe at some point I'll come back to it because, again, maybe it's just like I haven't used enough powders to get why this is so hyped. But I'm like, the other issues surrounding this powder, I don't think it's worth the hype. I just don't think it's worth the hype. Just saying, okay? I really hate too that like so much of their stuff goes bad so fast. I really hate that. Moving on, number 9, a concealer you couldn't make work. We've already talked about a concealer. I put this in my drugstore dud, so you know what? I was like, I'm gonna like spin off, do my own thing, and just like bitch about a product. Sorry. I am, and you know, I'm picking a kind of category here. I hate that these are in here. I hate that these are in here. The Danessa Myricks, basically all of the duochromatic stuff, it never lives up to what I want. And what she does, she is such an artist. She makes amazing work. I love seeing all of her looks that she does. I love seeing her use her products. Like, I love it. I love it. And I want to love her stuff, but every time I buy it, I don't really love it. These are the Twin Flames. I don't get rid of them because I'm like, maybe I'll connect. Maybe there will be this one moment that they finally connect. Maybe it'll be my preferences. Maybe, I don't know, I'll just like get some information in a dream and then I'll make these work. I don't know. That's why I keep them around. They're so pretty. But anyway, these are the Twin Flames. Look at that. You think, bitch, what are you talking about? Look at that swatch. Like, oh. But these have such a weird formula on them that they're very like greasy almost, and so they just thin out very easily. And so then I feel like some of that intensity that you see in that swatch gets lost a little bit, and I just haven't been able to make them work. Maybe I need to just try them not on the eyes. Maybe not on the eyes is the way to go. Like, maybe I use them as highlighters. If you like these, please tell me. I can't bear to get rid of them. That last shade I showed you was called Amore, and then this one is way more textured actually. Like, it has more of those sparkly pieces in it. This one's called Bay, and I mean, I love it. I live for it. I love the idea, the fantasy, everything. I cannot for the life of me get them to like look how I expect them or want them to look on. So it's still my goal to try to make it work, but I'm not gonna lie and sit here and say they're amazing when I can't get them to work. But I see her do it and it looks so amazing. Same with this little eyeliner. This is the Bronzite eyeliner. First off, it's very skinny and it broke off. It broke off from the base. So, you know, I mean, these just came out, I think, this year, so it's not like I've had it too long. It's not like I've just been hoarding it like all my other makeup. And it's fine. It's just, I'm like, why? Why can't I, like, get on? Like, I just wanted to bring that up. That's what I put in for slot number 9, okay? Well, I'm just gonna leave it there, because I'm actually, like, I said I was gonna bitch, but now I'm just sad. Now I'm just getting sad. Okay, last thing, number 10. If you had to start one makeup category from scratch, what would it be? I really had to think long and hard about this because I love my eyeshadow collection. There's things that I could get rid of or maybe switch around, but when I think of like trying to recollect them, there's so much that's like maybe limited edition and all that I could never get back in that same way. So I'm like, definitely don't want to risk that. With highlighters, again, I have so many older things and newer things that I love. I would really hate to start over there. Blush, kind of same thing. And I think what I'm gonna go with is just my base products, like just my foundations, my primers, my concealers, my everything. It's a category that's really tough for me to declutter because it's such a useful category. And so in my head, I'm like, well, if I can make it work, then I will use that foundation every day and I don't have to get a new foundation. And you know, like I can just like try to reason with myself in that way. And sometimes I just need to like let go, try some new things. Like I just feel like a fresh start with primers, foundations, concealers, powders, all that would be kind of fun to pick back some things. I know I would repurchase a couple of items for sure, but I just think that clean slate would be refreshing and feel good. And I already don't have a ton of items necessarily in that category, but yeah, I think that one would be the one I'd go with. I'd just like wipe it out, start over, see how it goes, you know? And I feel like that's kind of the journey I'm gonna be on soon anyway. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and doing a little classic tag type makeup video. I don't know how much of this will actually get decluttered later on, but I hope it was enjoyable nonetheless. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing weekend and a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.